It's easy to see.
Tell that to Greenland or Alaska.
I know, right?
Europe.
Woo! Anyway, so I'm just gonna.
Yep.
Well, we'll just play through them.
Mm-hmm.
So 4s over 3s.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a trick for the mind. It's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Practice that with your loop. The quicker ones you might have to revert to your metronome. Because especially the 6 neat notes ones, you're going to be going really slow at first. And remember, the faster you go, the more relaxed you have to be in order to do it. Because if you get that wrist tension, it's no good. So second line. See, even there we're a lot faster. So mainly look how the notes line up. In the first line, there's 3 groups against 4 groups. Or in other words, it takes 3 times through this pattern to come around to where they line up in the same place again. So they're overlapping patterns. In the second group, it takes 3 over 2. 3 groups over 2 groups before it lines up again. And then this next one, I think there's 3 over 1. 3 groups over 1 time through the left-hand triplet. So that one's going. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So they're interesting ratios, anyway. Always 3 on top, it looks like, which is kind of, whoa. Didn't ever think about it. 3 over 4, 3 over 2, 3 over 1. That's what we're working on right now. And if you got really nuts, you could go and do it the other way if you wanted to.
No, let's do this.
And then you could just do this for a while. Sorry, I get excited. So then, same exact thing with this next group. And they're different, each line, because when you start on the top finger is different from when you start on the bottom finger, the way the math works out. So again, we're starting 1 to 1, and then the other way around. And then the next line, the 8th notes. Think about it in your brain, you can go, this is still at that first level, 1, 2, 3, and then add your thumb.
Good strategy.
And then the other way around. It's good to have things to hold on to. And then the 16th notes, just much faster. Or in other words, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. When things get fast, it's an interesting but useful trick to do that, to just focus on one of them, the slower one, because if it's just back and forth, your body will do it if you just think about one side as opposed to the other. And then the last line, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay?
So what's this to speed? Like, what would that sound like to speed?
We're playing it at a speed.
Like
this is,
this
I mean, if we're going here, it's... Notice how relaxed it is. But it's a lot of notes.
Yeah.
But once you can do that and be relaxed about it, what we're working towards, which I don't want you to try it for a while yet, but we're working toward the most difficult thing about blues expression, or this type of music's expression is when you can sort of jump off. You got to be really, really tense. I mean, not tense physically, but the energy is tense and very specific. Oops. But then you can just kind of let it go. And that's when the really interesting stuff can happen, because when you're on the same timeline and then you can just sort of come off and float around and then you come back. It's I mean, again, music is all tension and release. And being off tempo is like the most tense of tense that you can get. Or sometimes it feels the opposite. It's really interesting because you're just going and then but you have to stick the landing.
Right.
If you don't stick it, it totally all of a sudden doesn't make any sense. But those are the fun things when you can, like a trill, especially if you start, the rhythm is independent, and that's when you know you've got that. Then I'll give you a merit badge. If you can do that, I'll give you a gold star. But you know. Expressive possibilities. But that's